All right, friends, what's going on? Peace be with you. And in this video, we're doing coconut flour shortbread cookies. So, simple recipe, not that many ingredients, probably stuff you already got in the closet. Maybe not the coconut flour, but you can go get some of that. Come back and let's make these cookies. Now, the recipe calls for a half cup and 2 tablespoons of coconut flour. But what I'm gonna do in order to level this up just a little bit is I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of this, and then I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of this Puridyme raw protein right here. Now I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of some coconut oil here. Now it says to melt it. I'm not gonna do that, and we're gonna see how this turns out. I mean, it's good enough that I don't think I have to fully melt it, and we'll see how right or wrong I am. So the recipe calls for a 1/3 cup of maple syrup, which I have right here. However, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to do my own thing and use this raw organic buckwheat honey from YS Eco Bee Farms. And I'm just gonna melt it down a little bit and throw it into the mix. And just so you know how real this is, I'm opening a brand new jar of honey. You hear that? I'm trying to get it open. It's not working out. Whoo! Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, that's good. You never had buckwheat honey before? Try it. That's good. Yeah, this is getting scraped because I'm not letting any of this go. Where it looks like chocolate sauce. Now, just take a look at that little mixture there. So, I'm gonna go ahead, mix that all together. Now, maybe it's just me, but I feel like these cookies are really oily. But, yeah, so I don't know. Maybe you might want to reduce the amount of oil that you put in here. But, yeah, as you can see, my hands are kind of glistening. So, gonna let this sit here for 5 minutes, and then we will come back and make the little dough balls. See, the cool thing about all this oil is I just rub it in. And then I got the honey in there too, so this is wonderful for the skin. I've been rubbing it all over me, so yeah. It's on my legs and everything. See, this is the beautiful part about making healthy things. You've got all these different facial cleansers and shampoos, and you have special stuff for your underarms, and you got body wash and all this type of stuff. But really, if it's good enough to be put on your hair, should it not be good enough to put on your face? And if it's good enough to put on your face, should it not be good enough to put under your arms? And that's the beautiful thing about living this, vegan lifestyle, this plant-based lifestyle, is that the same things that we use for food can be used for skincare as well. And it's all holistic. It all can get used up. We've all heard of avocado face masks and mango face masks and stuff like that. That's food. You eat it. But then you can also use it on your skin to beautify the skin. So it's just all good stuff. Now I'm gonna mash this down. And I found this right before I started making this video. We got a roller. So I'm gonna hit it with the roller, man. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Takes me back to when I used to work at the pizza spot down in Florida. Oh, that's some stories for another time. if you're gonna do this in an air fryer, just put your aluminum foil as tight to that wall as you possibly can. Kind of do your best not to cover up the holes in the side, because you know that's how the air gets through. All right, so slight dilemma. These are way too, they break apart too easy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll these up into little miniature balls, little mini balls, and that is how I'm going to bake these. Boom, just like that. Yeah, this thing's really oily, counter's oily. It's okay though, because this is content. $350, 10 to 12 minutes. All right, let's see how this turns out. Here we go. So we've got cookies. Now, they're looking pretty good if you ask me. They've cooled off. They're a little darker around the edges, but that's because I think, you know, they were in the air fryer and it's a small space. So there's that. But other than that, I mean, they look pretty good. They got a nice feel to them. They taste pretty good. Now, if you're not into the whole protein powdery texture, then I say don't add that to the cookie. So yeah, that was 100% me doing things on the fly, being a fly guy. But yeah, if you're not into the whole protein cookie, protein this, protein that, you know, the protein powder taste that you typically get when you add it to recipes, then just stick with the coconut flour. And I'm pretty sure that'll be just fine. But I think they turned out good for what, you know, for what it is. I dipped this in a little bit of that honey, so that was cool. But yeah, that melanin from the buckwheat honey really altered the color. Now, I still have this right here, but I got an ideal. I got an ideal about something to do with that. And just like I had the ideal to put the Pyridime in here, I've got another ideal. And I'm not going to tell you about it, but I've got an ideal. You're going to see me make it. And yeah, we're going to have a fun time with food. So that's the video. I really kind of just want to dunk this in something. I really wish I had some coconut almond yogurt to just dip this in and just, oh, you know what I'm saying? You might know. If you don't know, Pyridine. So, but yeah, I like it. And that was the video. Like I said, hopefully you enjoyed what you came here and saw. And if not, oh well, sucker, the video's already over. So, yeah, I think another thing, I don't think the protein powder and the oil works so well. I mean, they're not oily now, but yeah, when I was forming it, it's pretty oily. Like this is still, I'm sure that's still pretty oily. But I think maybe the coconut flour is better at absorbing it, you know, flour in general. So, I don't know. But anyway, that's what I got. I hope you're enjoying the cooking videos if you've been following along and watching them. And yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace to the gods. Oh, I keep thinking of more things to say. You could most likely, to my raw friends out there, you could most likely do this in a dehydrator, because you could pretty much make anything in a dehydrator. So If you want to keep this raw, then try this recipe out in your dehydrator and see how that works for you. Okay, that should be the final thing. Nope, that's a different video. Different video. All right, cool. So peace be with you. I thank you for your time and much love.